Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to that Footy Talk. I'm your host, Valentine. Yo, guys. First of all, thank you for everyone who's been watching the videos, everybody who's been subscribing. I think we're on 46 subscribers, road to 100, 100, 200, 200 to 500, 500 to 1,000, until we grow, we grow, we grow. But continue watching the videos, continue liking, comment, subscribe. And yeah, man, on today's episode, we're actually going to talk about the players that are set to leave Man United. And as you guys know, there's a lot of unrest because of what's been happening with the Oli situation, the defeats to Liverpool, the defeats to City, how we kind of looked, and also like the kind of the statements, like yesterday's Kevin De Bruyne statement, where he's like they literally stopped training 10 minutes into the session because we're nothing, we're a useless team. But I want to dive deep into that. I want to talk about the players in our team that could leave either in the January transfer window or at the end of the season, so in the summer. So the first name is obviously the one that everybody's been talking about, which is Paul Pogba. So the word in the streets or rumors are he's more than happy to sign a contract with Manchester United, but he wants to be the highest paid player in the EPL. So with the Paul Pogba situation, it's kind of you have to weigh it in both ways, right? Because because what I'm hearing is in 2019, Man United didn't go for the option to extend his contract. So we've now put ourselves in a position where he can ask for what he wants, and we can either agree or let him walk for free. So now the whole managerial situation doesn't help at this case as well, because I feel like he probably stays until the end of the season before he makes a decision to see if there's gonna be a change of manager and stuff. And let's not forget that from January he can start talking to other teams, you know. So there's that as well. So my thing with the Pogba situation is, okay. I I always say Paul Pogba is a great player. Yes, people get frustrated that he's inconsistent, but it's not his fault. The whole team is inconsistent, and he's proven where when he plays in a team that's consistent, he gets the job done. When he's in the front setup, they are consistent, and his performances are consistent, if to a point where when he has a bad game, it's not as bad as the game that he's having at Man United. So that whole talk of Pogba is inconsistent for me is nonsense, because the whole team has been inconsistent ever since he arrived. From the Jose Mourinho era, the team has been inconsistent. We've lacked players we've lacked players. I remember when we bought Pogba, we said we're gonna build a team around Pogba, but we never did. To this day, today we bought another situation. Today we bought a player like Bruno. We were supposed to build around Bruno. We still haven't. You get what I mean? So it's inconsistent stuff like that that make you fall out. Like I keep telling, I remember when we signed Bruno, I was like, he's gonna have a season like Pogba, where for the first 2 seasons he'll be flying, and then we're gonna see a decline. And we're starting to see it now because the team is inconsistent, and you can't expect a high level player to keep playing with mid level players doing rookie mistakes and expect him to deliver all the time. When you as a team decide we're gonna sign this caliber of players, be consistent so that the performances on the pitch are consistent. And the problem with Man United is we're not doing that. We're gonna sign a high level player, sign an average player, and sign a player that shouldn't even be wearing the jersey. That's what we do at Man United. And then we cry when the performances are like this. Because that's how Man United performances are like. They're like waves. We're high, we're low, then we're sinking, then we're high, then we're low, then we're mid, then we're sinking. We've been like that for the past, I don't know, since Fergie left. That's how we've been moving in an inconsistent level, getting getting quality players mixed with average players and expecting this. Whereas this then becomes problem because then you've got legends around the team who are consistently looking to blame someone. They're always looking to blame. That's why I always say thank you, you're a legend, but your opinion to me is nonsense because you're always looking to blame. You're never looking at it from a fair point of view. You cannot, I tell you, I swear to God, when Fergie signed an average player like this, that average player became this. Not Fergie signing this and then this becomes this. At Man United, this is mixed with you find in Man United you've got two quality players that are this and the rest are this. And you expect this to carry this all season. This gets tired as well. It's human. Where this is not putting in weight to a point where this drops. And then this is dropping also because criticism, burnout, dead. That's what happens at Man United. And it baffles me that we've got legends who are on these Sky Sports, all these channels, who haven't picked it up, but every day they want a 10 out of 10 performances. The reason Liverpool are able to perform like this is because they took this and did this. They took this and did that. So this keeps improving, this keeps going higher, and that's why they're performing at the level they perform. Man United take this and bring it down. Take this and make it worse. Like, we don't really improve players. We don't improve players, number one. We don't grow as a team, number two. Number three, we have no flipping playing style since Fergie. We've just been wing. At least with Louis van Gaal and with Jose, you knew what you were getting. Louis van Gaal, you knew you were getting possession football, passing the ball around, crosses in. We just didn't have goal scorers. So that's why we ended up drawing so many games to a point where we got so frustrated and we got him fired. With Jose Mourinho, you know exactly what you're going to get. A defensive setup that counters, scores goals and protects the lead. That's no different from what Tuchel does. Yes, Tuchel's team is scoring beautiful goals, but that's basically what they do. Because when this defends better, this plays with freedom to score goals because this is secure. If this is not secure, no matter what this does, it's always outshined by the poor performances of this. And it's because this is the main man at the back is British. He never gets criticized. It's always Lindelof this, it's Lindelof this, Lindelof that, and then because Wan-Bissaka is I don't know if it's a race thing, I don't know, but he will get criticized. Oh, Wan-Bissaka can't run up and down, he can't do crosses. Bro, your coaches haven't improved him. So how do you expect him to do that if he's not being improved as a player by your coaches? Your favorite man, your man that you keep defending, has not improved a single player for the past 3 years. Jesse Lingard went out to West Ham and he was world class. Came back to Man United and he's this. He went from West Ham being this, came to Man United and he dipped because your manager that they keep protecting can't get this and make it this and make it this and take this and make it that. He can't. And that's just the fact. So that's why when people criticize Pogba, I'm like, Pogba is not the issue. The issue is that, number one, we don't have a system. Number two, there's no coaching staff that has a system that works, that has worked on a system that can say, look, actually, we've signed this guy for 90 million. He's world class. How do we get those around him to match him? We haven't done that. If you look at France, Pogba, yes, he's not great defensively, but what does he offer you going forward? He offers you that pass that gets you the win. So what do? You find someone who can do the work that Pogba lacks, so that if Pogba is lacking, at least there's someone who does it. Same thing with Ronaldo. Same thing with Messi. Like when Messi was still young, Messi wasn't tracking back. People love saying that, oh, yeah, he wasn't tracking back as well. He was just playing his football. Those around him did the grindy work, knowing that if this man has the ball, this man wins us the league, this man wins us titles, this man wins us anything we need to win. And that's basic football. You build a team around your best players so that you get the best out of everyone. So I don't want to hear that Paul Pogba talk anymore. Get better coaches. Get better players. You can't put Pogba with a Fred. Fred takes 5 touches before he passes the ball. Scott McTominay hides from the ball. He never asks from the ball. Whenever he asks from the ball, if you check, people say, oh, Scott was so great. And then you check the team was playing like, oh, bruh, when we're playing the big six, you literally feel like he's on the bench. But when you're playing these small teams, he can now ask for the ball. And what? No, ask for the ball. So Man United stand the chance of losing Paul Pogba again on a free. And I have nothing to say except, well, your management is shit, and that's all I can say. And the next person I'm going to talk to, like this one hurts me the most, Donnie Van Der Beek. We took this kid from Ajax. He was having the time of his life. Great games. He was phenomenal. We bring him to Manchester United without a plan, right? Because the reason I say without a plan is because when I look at the Sancho situation, I'm seeing exactly what happened to Donny. So don't get me wrong. We brought Donny without a plan because there's no way in hell that any other manager would see week in, week out the nonsense that we see in that midfield of Man United with Donny sitting on the bench. There's no way in hell. I tell you, even a coach without badges plays Donny. Any coach plays Donny. But we've got a manager who's taken Donny and he's sat him bench for a full season. And then still this season, he's sat him bench. And the worst part is, whenever Donny has played, he's either given a man of the match performances, or he's done such a great performance that everybody starts to question, yo, bro, why aren't you playing? Why are you never on my team? You know? I'll give you an example. Him and Sancho came on against Atalanta. Every Man United fan say, wow, bro, that 5 minutes that we had, Donny and Sancho were man of the match. That just shows you how poor the decision making of management is and how much of quality player we have, but it's not being used. It's not being neutralized. He's not being played. I don't know if it's a personal vendetta. I don't know it's what, but we could lose this talent in January because he's not being played. He's to a point where he's lost his place in the national team. And I keep saying this. He's going to leave because he wants to play in the World Cup, guys. The World Cup is every player's dream. To play and represent your country in the World Cup is every player's dream. And that's his dream. So he's going to leave and he's probably going to show us that we had shit managers and he's a quality player that we know he is. Right? So I actually feel sorry for this kid because he's very, very great. And then the next player I'm going to talk about is Anthony Martial. So with Anthony Martial, my thing is, look at Ronaldo. That's my answer. Look at Ronaldo. He's not getting the service. It's a graveyard shift. So what do you expect him to do? Because even when he plays and his hold-up play is good enough, there's no one making runs. It's like we don't know what we're doing. And I feel so sorry for him because number one, he's not British, so he's no protection from media, and he's black. So I honestly feel like some things are either you're either not from Britain or your race comes into play because I said this last year. Take anyone, take Lewandowski, take Erling Haaland, take Lukaku, take Suarez, take any striker and put him in that Man United setup. They will not perform. They will look like a 1 out of 10 player. Look at Ronaldo, for example. The man literally needs to go get the ball for himself to feel like he's part of the team, because the team don't play to anyone's strength. The team don't play like they have a number 9. The team don't set up like they have a number 9. The team don't move like they have a number 9. So that shift alone is a graveyard shift. And I keep telling people, Martial is not a bad player. The team just don't play. It's individual brilliance once it gets to the front three. Like you see people like Greenwood trying to shoot. You see people like Rashford trying to cut in. But you've got a striker. Your job is to supply the ball. Supply the ball. Supply the fucking ball. Just give them the ball so they can do their jobs too. That's all you need to do. But we don't do that. So obviously he's not going to look great. Obviously you're going to judge him because a striker is judged on goals. But if a striker is not being given the chances, what should you judge him on? Because he'll give you the runs, he'll hold up the play, but he'll never get the ball in the critical moments. And then the next player I want to talk about is Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard went to West Ham from Man United here. Went to West Ham and he did this. Played a couple of games, then he did this. He showed us why he's class. Not saying he's world class or but he's a good player. Any team with a good manager knows how to use Jesse Lingard. So he came back from West Ham here, and Man United he's gone back to. Even my hand is still showing he's hidden because he doesn't even get play time. Do you know that Daniel James, before he left Man United, has more game time than him and Lingard, than Lingard and Donnie? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That's whack shit. Embarrassing. So that's why I keep saying, I honestly feel he's gonna leave. West Ham want him. West Ham, Newcastle want him, but I think he would go back to West Ham because I think he enjoyed life at West Ham. He was a great player at West Ham. And honestly, I feel that's where he should go, because he is a very good player. He deserves to play. And yeah, man. So you guys leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think of my reaction. What you think of the players that are set to leave. Do you want them to stay? And who would you bring in if they were to leave? Yeah. So thank you for joining that footy talk. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you soon with the next video. Take care.